Greetings, folks. Welcome to HBCU Originals. I'm Mike Walker. And again, welcome to HBCU Originals. I'm Mike Walker. Okay, I also have John Williams and I also have Vincent Bundy with us today. And we wanted to circle back. We started the story on FAMU and had an opportunity to listen at some of the comments and regarding whether or not we Googled the situation, whether we looked at it. $237 million donation, and pretty much got a little confusing. We were ahead of schedule when we first communicated, and I don't know about John and Vince. My position's not going to change, okay, regarding FAMU and the way it happened and how you're calling it a scam. I'm not going to change that. I think that this has a bigger meaning, okay, than just a scam, and I want to address that, but just want to give Vince and John, go ahead. I'll give you an opportunity to give your quick statement because my position is not going to change on the gentleman and what he's done and how he's does it.
Absolutely. And so I concur with that. My position won't change either. You know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We quack like a duck. It's a duck. We actually can see exactly, what this was. And listen, I respect everybody's opinion. Everybody has their own opinion. They have their right to their opinion of what they believe and how this whole thing played out. So yeah, I mean, my position is still the same, man. I think it was something that was not common, and that was my whole piece. It wasn't a common contribution or donation. It wasn't a common donation. And so it raised a lot of red flags. And so when that happened, we actually responded the way that we felt like, because understand that's not a common thing that somebody does as far as giving back from in that manner, so that was real. And then we don't have HBCUs a lot of the supports that you have other PWIs have and have had for years, and so they have a whole tribe of people that really support them financially. I mean, and that's just part of their culture and how they give back. It's just and it's been done for so many years. I mean, they have a great support system from their alumni. That's not something that typically happens with us. There are people that give. I don't want you to misconstrue what I'm saying. There are people that give, but to the degree that the PWIs, we have never typically given on that level. I remember Vince talking about how his college would call him, as far as giving, because he would give, but that's not the, and we should be like that. That should be something if we went to a school and then we graduated from there, or if it's a particular school that you like based on their program and the things that they're doing there. Yes, I mean, please, our kids need it. Our kids definitely need that. So, but my position is not going to change on that situation as far as, the gentleman and how much he gave and the resource that it came from. Vince?
Yeah, my position is firmly the same. I'm just my concern is definitely why are people just being negative on first the donation for one, and how a lot of people are saying that it's a scam and all this other stuff and all this other nonsense. But the official reports from FAMU was that the donation was a solid donation. Everything, all the things checked out, and that's all we can go by. A lot of people don't have all the facts and insights. People just go a lot by gossip, and that's not what I do. If that's what they said, that's what they said. I don't know the man personally. My thing is, look, we got a donation. Why does it have to be a big fuss when we get a donation for black universities? I don't see people making fuss the $1 billion that was given anonymously to Princeton University last year, or any big colleges. Why is it when we, and mind you, this is the first time that HBCU has gotten that much money in one time, which is a lot of $200 million is a lot of money. We should be applauding it and not, so quick to have all these negative opinions. We are so negative towards our, to our own, man. It's just, I'm sad to say, it's kind of like a crab mentality, We should be behind
No
them
doubt.
and whatever, and if there was some other business that we may not know about, that's not my place. All I can say is, listen, they said they got a donation. This is what it was. FAMU put it out. This was their official statement.
And if you heard,
that's all I can go.
And if you heard the official statement of FAMU, now you're questioning the legitimacy of FAMU. The fact that they, they did an investigation and they signed off on it and said, hey, it's passed the smell test and it's good. And so it should have been done right there. I mean, it should be done. And what we should have been doing is celebrating and thanking that young man for even doing that he had the mind to want to support HBCU. I mean, hey, he could have gave that money to whoever he wanted to. If he was in the spirit of giving, he could have gave it. He could have gave it to anybody. But we should really be celebrating him right now. And I would love to have. And guess what, Ben? I would love to have him on our show. I would love to have him on the show. So we can, just have a conversation, talk to him about. I would like to know in depth of more of what he does, and what his passions are. I mean, what's triggered this? What caused you to want to, give? I mean, so I mean, I don't know, man. I just, we need to come out of that kind of space, where we're speculating.
And also, if John, if those persons want to come on here and tell their side of things, and
absolutely,
come on, reach out to us. You can come on the show and explain what you may know if you don't know. Everyone's not. We're all not perfect in any sense. So So
yeah. Well, here's the deal. Let's back it up and let's walk through it and address it. Obviously, the gentleman's giving $237 million. Okay, so he's bringing a deal to the table. Now, here's where the scam or one of the comments came across. Truly remarkable display, gentlemen. Remarkable. Also, we now understand a scam can occur. Another gentleman said, you guys might want to do this again. That's Retmus 300. Appreciate that. I do apologize to Spellman, as I mentioned, Howard and Spellman, but Spellman doesn't have athletics. And so basically Spellman's going to move over into the side, over to the shelf. And, when it starts talking about is do your research. And let me share where I'm going here. They had to bring this deal to the table. Okay, the gentleman, they said he's tried to do this before. He's done it over at Coastal Carolina, I believe it is. It was $95 million is going to be the donation. Okay, however, he didn't reach to this level that he's reached at FAMU, okay, which means that he started a process, went through the protocol, couldn't be validated. Okay, so the young man hasn't given up. Now, here's the confusion in the deal, and I had an opportunity to listen to the board meeting. Okay, and I'll tell for all the people who feel that FAMU was scammed. Okay, let me just knock that one out the park. That is an embarrassment. You shouldn't even say it. When I listened to their board, the foundation board, and the individuals that were able to speak, very intelligent, investment banking, high business acumen IQ. They understand the entire process of what's going on. And even Dr. Robinson, the president of FAMU, understood. Okay, the biggest challenge with this situation, and Vince and John, I'm going to tell you what it's all about, and I know where it's going. When I looked at the gift agreement on there, okay, the gift agreement, he has $100 million assigned to FAMU athletic program. Okay, that right there is the sticking point, because this situation, scam or no scam, is being done through stock certificates. Okay, it's a private owned company. The goal is to eventually reach an IPO where the shares become valuable, okay, to FAMU. Now,
Mm-hmm.
here's the deal that everybody is overly jumping over, and this is what I know, and I've talked to Vince, I mentioned this to John. Wall Street's coming to HBCU. Okay,
Come on.
Wall Street is coming to HBCU. Okay, and this isn't about a scam. See, he made it to this level. Okay, it may get rejected at FAMU, but here's the deal that nobody can disclose who's his partners. Okay, who are the partners that are associated with this young man, and that information will not be disclosed. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so they went through this, and the board looked at it and they said, okay, this didn't come down to a scam. This came down to a valuation of his business. They were
Mm-hmm.
unable to put a valuation on it of what his actual business is worth. Okay, and because they couldn't put a valuation upon it, it could be anywhere from 300,000 to 237 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's on the table. Now, to address, I don't know what went on behind closed doors, but I will address it. FAMU decided, and the president, to allow this gentleman at the commencement to drop the $237 million bombshell. Now, here's the problem with that. Okay, you got a foundation board. Okay, and the foundation is supposed to be apprised of any of this information prior to the school making a decision.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm walking you through this process.
Yes,
Because
sir.
of the non-disclosure agreement, Dr. Robinson, the president, who is highly educated and has got FAMU to this point, did not disclose the information to the board. So what ended up happening during the board meeting, after everybody was up in arms, because I know what everybody's up in arms about, and everybody's not going to tell me they're up in arms. $100 million to athletics is going to get everybody at the university up in arms. Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's going to advance you so far. Now, so the president, Dr. Robinson, says, I'm going to take a pause on this. Well, there's nothing else you could do but take a pause because the stock certificates, okay, have not appreciated. And there is schedule in taxes. This is not any money that FAMU is putting inside of their budget. They know it's on the shelf.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I retrieved out of the board meeting is after hearing all the individuals. And I'm going to tell you, if you talk about corporate enterprise business, that board, that foundation board on FAMU, they're dialed in. Okay, they're not going to allow a scam, and no university. Here's the deal, folks. No university is going to allow a scam to reach that level, that magnitude, and bamboozle an entire university.
Exactly.
It didn't work in Coastal Carolina. He's advanced it forward to here. Now, what's going to happen? There are other deals coming. There's other deals out there because if FAMU could do this, then who else out there says, hey, look, Tesla, I'm cash poor. I don't have cash, but I got stock. So here's what I can do. I can give you $500 million in stock. Okay. And that's the way the transaction, this is where the commencement and how it all went down, and it just went in an uproar. Okay. Because the foundation board was not apprised prior to the announcement. So nobody knew. And when they dropped that, they said, we've done our due diligence, but there's a whole lot of other protocol that should have been accomplished prior, okay, to them moving forward with the agreement or acceptance of the gift. Now it's already done. President, everybody's that's going to change. So that's what I got out of the board meeting. I see it as a play where I'm all along the HBCU and the actual Wall Street, who has money, who has athletes, who have agents. This $100 million, if you set $100 million on FAMU's athletic director's desk, she's going to national championships. Her coaches' salaries are going to increase.
Yes,
the players' NILs are going to increase.
And as they should.
As all the way across the board. So when I hear people talk about a scam, you may feel it's a scam. Every step. He didn't make it this stage with Coastal Carolina. He's made it this stage with FAMU. FAMU walks from the deal. It's not going to change anything, but somebody else is going to latch onto this deal, okay, because you don't know who the partners are.
That's
Okay,
right.
we don't know who it is. And what he does, he germinates and makes seeds. Okay, he makes the seeds for the hemp. So that's what I discovered, brothers. I don't know what you have, but to the listeners out there, I get it. My position's not going to change. You can make it the comments. I appreciate them. I always will tell you this. Any comment you leave on HBCU Original, I will respond to, and I will make sure. But at the same time, I want your intelligence in your response, okay? Because the intelligence is what we're seeking, because this is a magnitude that's going down in HBCU. And I'm telling you, this tells me Wall Street is coming to the HBCU. And when that happens, that's going to be a power struggle, because athletics, it's $1 billion business. And
Yes,
at
it is.
some point, the HBCUs are going to have to acknowledge that athletics are $1 billion business.
We
Period.
see it. We see it
End
every,
of the day.
and we're seeing it every
I give it to
day.
you guys.
Money, Mike. We're seeing it every day, man. You know, athletics pays,
Hey,
and it
Pays
pays,
the bills.
and it pays very well, right?
Mhm.
And so we're seeing this, and not only that, my whole issue also, you know, on top of that is that, listen, our schools have been struggling for how long?
Long
Financially,
time.
yeah,
we've been struggling for a long time. I mean, this
Long
is,
time.
you know, you talking about
years.
going up the rough side of the mountain, right?
Mhm. Long
We
time.
listen, we created that term. We going up the rough side of the mountain. We've been doing that for I don't know how long. And
Mhm.
in our colleges, in our various programs, in our schools, man, listen, it's time for a come up. And I'm so glad that this young man, you know, put it on his shoulders, you know, to initiate that process. And
Mhm.
hopefully now this has been something that encourages other CEOs of companies, other organizations to be able to give bountifully like this young man did. I would, I mean, not just that, but I would love to see him even you know, be a mentor to some young African American men that may aspire to be entrepreneurs
Mhm.
on that level. Maybe, you know, do some kind of, you know, elective kind of, you know, talk around um around entrepreneurship and being an industrialized, you know, entrepreneur to the degree where he was able to do the things he's doing now, you know,
Mhm.
thinking outside of the box, being inspired by one's actions, being able to, you know, have the courage to take on the world, you know, and not go the traditional route and do some things outside the box. Come on,
Mhm.
man.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? This is where we have to broaden our horizons. Right,
Mhm.
you know, and I think he has done that, and if nothing else, he has woken a lot of people up. He got people talking now. I mean, he got people talking. People are talking, and I'm so
Yep.
glad that the conversation is heated. And we here at HBCU Originals, listen, we fanning the flame.
Fan in the flame. I
We
like
ain't
that.
running from nothing. We fanning the flame because it needs to be. You feel what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
And, and,
100%. Vince, where you at?
and my thing is, for those who have an issue with the whole process and just in general of FAMU, you know, receiving this amount of money, I implore you, I beg you to start your own GoFundMe, whatever it may be, donation process, and let's see if you can raise even $1 million.
Mhm. Tough
Send that
picking.
link to me. Send that link to me, and let's see if we can raise that. I'm not down to you, but I want to know if you you know, I want to test your hand.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
people that are talking negative. Let me see what you can do. Raise fifty
Well,
thousand
yeah.
dollars.
Yeah, it's hard
So
to do.
exactly.
It's hard to
So
do.
you
And
know, people always talk about things they can't accomplish or do. So they down others and criticize others. Don't don't criticize. Be a part of the solution and not against the solution. You know what
yeah,
I
and
mean?
the solution is getting more money. I mean,
Get more money.
obviously
That's the bottom
that's the
line.
solution.
That's
And
it.
you know, at the end of the day, you got to say, hey, okay, what are we doing with athletics? Because I mean, let's just face it, sports is a business. Sports is $1 billion business, folks. And at the end of the day, you know, you're either in it or you're not. And I've heard some coaches. I've listened to a lot of podcasts, a lot of shows on HBCU, and I got some coaches just flat out like saying some people need to get out of athletics. If you're not into athletics, you just need to flat out get out of it.
Yeah.
Because if you're not giving the support and effort that you need to lift that program, then you shouldn't have a program. Okay.
That's right.
And this deal here with everybody giving money and talking about money and saying how it's right. I mean, you got to move to the times of where we are today. And don't get me wrong. I mean, we used to have mailmen when I was growing up as a young man. I'm 60 years old. We had mailmen deliver the mail. You had to wait for the mailman to get the mail. Okay, nobody waits for the mailman anymore. Okay, nobody sits there, wait by the mailbox. Okay, and the way the transformation of wealth is
That's
how
right.
it's being generated today is completely different. I mean, and so with FAMU, the thing with an academic institution, this what bugs me or maybe sets me on the wrong face. That how do the individuals have been there for that many years? They're alumnus. They've been in that institution. They rose up. They got one of the top business departments of all the HBCUs. Okay, the top business department, business acumen, understand corporate enterprise business. That's FAMU. Now, if anybody in there can top that, okay, that's sitting there that can say our business program is higher than FAMU, you need to come on here and talk to us. And you need to tell us what you're doing because these guys is on the top of the mountain. Now, Spelman ain't in it, so guess what? I haven't been here long enough to tell, but I tell the last guy, I leave FAMU and Howard. Okay, now who's going to be number one out of that? Who's going to be the king of the throne? Okay, because Vince, you talked about Howard's got pro players and Olympians. You talked about it. Who's going to be the king of the throne? Because somebody is going to make the NCAA Final Four. Okay, and somebody's going to get in a playoff game. Okay, and somebody is going to be in track, going to be there going to the Olympics because once the athletes get the training facilities, okay, to train like Oklahoma, to train like Colorado. You talk about Dion, but he got facilities. He's got food he's bringing in. He's got all this money.
They got chefs
being transferred chefs to the student athlete. Okay, and this is where it's been a long time. Okay, you talking about some Sam Cooke? Change is going to come. Change is staring you right down in the eyes. Okay, and what we have to do in a culture. Okay, as African Americans, now keep it in mind, folks. If you don't know, I'm a Black Republican. So let me just get it out there. But let me tell you where I come from. I come from the GOP side, but I come on this side and I stay on my side of the tracks. So what does that mean? America don't need no help from me. They got all the help they want. I need to see our individuals. HBCU, my daughter is going to graduate from there in about another 6 months. Finally get me back, I can go buy a pickup truck or something. Who knows, right? But at the same time, man, we got to improve this. The facility, I'm so happy, and let me tell you what I mean. I'm so happy, and Vince, I'm going to let you guys go, but I'm so happy because the Shaw U softball program made the CIA playoffs. We ain't been there in a long time. We went in there and lost a couple games, but that's what I like about athletic director George Knox. He jumped on the phone and said, wait a minute, we got to fix this. We can't be dropping no balls. We can't have no thing. Everything in the program changed when you have success. And that's where either you're going to lose these athletes, okay, or you're going to start putting some money in athletics. Your turn, fellas. Somebody's got to make a decision. And that's what FAMU's trying to do. But everybody went to the scam. I'll be telling you for the life of me, if I can find a way to scam $250 million on a university and walk right through it, I don't even think Trump can do that. Okay, but we calling it one, and that's where we gonna go. So I turn it back to you guys, man.
That's right, man. I love it. I love it. Hey, man, listen. It's listen, athletics attracts. It attracts the money. It is. People want to see the latest and the greatest. People want to see. I mean, when you look at Anthony Edwards, look at what he's doing. He's now creating a whole new generation of young men and to believe to believe that like this is possible for you. Like he is, I mean, he just changing the whole game and the whole, you know, the imagination of these young men, man, they're watching him. And I mean, I'm telling you, man, athletics is attracting the corporate America structure. It's attracting it. It's like a magnet.
And you know what? Let me tell you this, John. They do bets like this all the time. Okay, once you get in the sports world, and folks, just from my background, as you guys know, Money Mike, run Money Mike podcast. I'm in the sports, NFL, NBA, Major Leagues.
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you how the deal goes down in the Major Leagues because the black ball players are not there, so they go to the Dominican Republics. Okay, these agents go to these Dominican Republics. They see a ball player, and they know he's playing for minimal, just like the HBCU. Okay, it's not enough money, not enough food in the cafeteria to feed him. Okay, so the agent goes and says, look, here's the deal. I'm going to give you $300,000. Okay, you're in minor league baseball. I'm going to give you $300,000. In exchange, I want to get, can go from 10 to 15 to 20% of your future salary. Okay, there have been baseball players who have accepted the $300,000 and now they're signing for $300 million contracts. Okay, that agent gets 20% of. Okay, now the agent took the risk, not knowing whether or not they were going to develop into a major league ball player, be on the San Diego Padres like the superstar, and make it $300 million. They took a chance, but when it came to fruition and it manifested itself, the agent made $60 million. Okay, and that's the bet. Is what happening now is with the conventional way, because everybody's not walking around with cash. Okay, but that is the way it is they're willing to make an investment now for the future. That's my point. It's happening everywhere you go. And I'll use Caitlin Clark. Okay, the WNBA was flying in a commercial, walking through airports as clean as day. Okay, now guess what? Here came that money. Now Caitlin Clark, the WNBA goes chartered flight now. They don't walk to the airport anymore. Okay? One player changed the landscape, which means one player in HBCU athletics is going to change the landscape.
That's
I'll
right.
give it back to you guys.
I love it. Yeah. I love it.
I can't wait till the day. I can't wait till the day. Just,
and I want to make another point, Vince, if I can, real quick.
Go right ahead, man.
When I think when you think about the third wheel that had now positioned itself to play a major part in athletics, when you look at gambling. So now gambling is like the it's like the regulator. It's regulating things because now it's no longer like like you can, just, it's like a fair bet, like a fair bet. I mean, it's like the gambling has come in and they have just, making so much money in the commercials and just what they have infused in this whole thing. It just goes to show that money is playing such a major role in athletics. It really is. I mean, all the way back there, we remember the movie Blue Chip. When the boys shaving points. What's that? That's the money in athletics. All the way back then. And now they have made it official, like a ref with a whistle. They made it official, baby. Where they made it official. They official, and they said we here now. And they have pronounced and listen, they have announced themselves saying we are here. And they guess what? And now, you got Kevin Hart doing commercials. Like, you know what I mean? Where you can bet and all. I mean, listen, it's here. So guys, we need to really, come on, man. We gotta look at this thing, for what it is. And
well, it's fear. It's a fear. And man, the gentleman beat the people out of $50 billion on a Ponzi scheme. Man, he went in there and just the people thought he had all the money in the world.
Mm.
Okay, and then at the end of the time, here comes a $50 billion Ponzi scheme. Okay, so the protection is right. FAMU is protecting themselves, but I know for a fact, if anybody wants to lead astray or tell me whatever, when you look at a gift agreement and you see $100 million for athletics,
Mm.
okay, that's a dedicated agreement, meaning it's not saying we're going to give you 237 million to the university. It's specific, dedicated money. Okay,
Absolutely.
and FAMU is connected to a lot of high-profile people. Even the other
Oh
day,
yeah.
I heard him. LeBron James is connected to the program. Okay, at FAMU. So
Yeah.
the
Ray Lewis. You got
the whole
NFL.
spectrum. Yes, yes,
Come on.
and so,
They
but to
they don't
call it
have
a scam,
time. They don't
yeah,
have time to be scamming and their name going out there like that. They got too many people that are supporters and that have went on to become, legends in the in the NFL. And I think in the NBA, I know they got some NBA players. They got some. I know that they got some Hall of Famers in the NFL. They
only
got. Come on.
100%,
Come on.
hundred
They don't
percent,
have time to
yeah.
be, they all that is taken into consideration, I guarantee you, when they're making these kinds of decisions. Because it's guess what? It's gonna affect everybody. If their name is besmirched for whatever reason, it impacts and affects everybody. So they're gonna do their due diligence, which they did, and I'm glad they did. So
Well, the thing here at HBCU Originals, and one of the things as we got together is we allow individuals to come on and speak their mind. Okay, so if you jumping in the comment box, I'm always gonna respond to you. But why don't you jump on the show? We expect you to have some business acumen, have some intelligence, because this is three brothers. We're not gonna come on here using profanity. We're not going. We
no, because
following the kingdom
we
principles.
intelligent black men. We intelligent.
Yeah, yeah. We
Yeah,
we willing to
we don't have to stoop to
understand.
that level. No.
No, we don't need profanity.
I just want people, man, to get behind the HBCUs. If you're gonna donate, donate. And if you don't know how to donate, we can gladly help you get your money to the right persons. I know plenty of the actual schools administrations. If you like to donate to any HBCU, you can also go to the website, check us out, and we'll get you in the right direction. So
Unless you have $237 million, right? Unless you have 237 million,
yeah,
then
exactly.
then you're gonna have a problem. You might need to check a few places to see if
Hey,
that's
but Vince,
okay.
And if we can get 50 million, black people just to donate $2 a piece,
It's a lot of money.
$2 a piece. Can you do that? Can you do that much? Let's take 50 million blacks or 20 million blacks and donate $2 a piece. Let's start there.
Exactly. Because you know what? A lot of what we want to do as HBCU originals is we want to get back to these students. So if there's any way that anybody out there is wants to give back in any way, listen, we are here. A lot of our proceeds go toward helping these kids. Some of the kids that have actually come on here have been blessed, and we want to continue to be a blessing to our kids that are here at HBCU that may be struggling in whatever way. So please, if you are in the spirit of giving, we will definitely accept that, and we're gonna bless a lot of these young people out here. So just let us know. And Vince, if you could play that promo for that.
Donate to the HBCU original cause. Help out our broadcast to continue to get out quality info to the viewers.
Yeah, and some of these things go to we're having events for students, give back, scholarships, things of that nature. So please, any last words, gentlemen?
No, I think we said enough. Can you guys hear me? Did I lose you on my hearing? You guys hear me?
Yeah,
Okay?
we hear you now. We hear you.
Yeah.
We hear you now.
The only thing I can tell you is, folks, when you get in this corporate enterprise business, okay, and you get a situation like this, It's not something somebody's going to deposit a check tomorrow. Okay, there's phases, and I'm praying that this works itself out. Obviously, if it doesn't, I'm telling you, FAMU, I've listened to the board, the foundation board. They stand up against anybody. They know how to handle money, and if you know how to handle money, then that's half your battle, and they know how to do that. So I'm just saying, hey, we're here. This is HBCU Originals, so we're kicking it off. And the thing that we want to tell you, our door is open. Okay, it doesn't matter, male, female, anybody want to come on here and express and talk about it. And because here's the deal, sometimes you're going to educate us, and when you educate us, then we're going to get on the right path. We just want to do it intelligently, and I stand on it. This is not a scam to me. It's just the point that he made it up to this level. Now, there's other individuals out there who are watching to see how this goes because they want to come in and do the same thing. Okay,
right.
and we got to find a path that works for everyone. But I do understand the FAMU Foundation Board disappointment with Dr. Robinson. He was held by a non-disclosure agreement. His hand was forced. He could not release the information to the Foundation Board. That's challenging, and that's something they're going to have to overcome. And I do understand this, that the partners, some people, John, as you know, and Vince, they like to get in and be a silent partner, which means I'll give you money, but I don't want anybody to know I'm involved in this situation at all. Okay. And I think that's something of what you got going on here. But I'm willing to apologize for the quick story, but now that I've had the follow-up, now it's your turn. And you come see us. We'll get you on here, and we're going to let you speak your mind because there may be other rooted passion that you may have that we are unaware of. And I'll leave it with that, gentlemen, because I enjoyed this tonight.
Yeah, this was a beautiful conversation, and we wanted to continue on. So again, like Money Mike said, here at HBCU Originals, listen, we embrace the comments, the your opinion, and so let's talk intelligently. Let's talk intelligently, and let's just have a conversation. That's all.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and good night.